My wife and I just spent a whole month living in Tokyo. And a lot of people have been asking us, how did you plan this? What went into it? Why did you decide to go to Tokyo? But mostly, how much did everything cost? Luckily for you guys, I spent hours compiling all of our expenses and organizing them into different sections to give you guys a clear idea of exactly how much we spent. First, I'll be talking about accommodations, then it'll be food and coffee, then it'll be transportation cost, next is outings and fun, and lastly, it'll be personal spendings or miscellaneous spendings. Let's get straight into it. First section on the list is accommodations or lodging. We looked at multiple options trying to find a place to stay, and of course you can look at different sites like Airbnb, or there's a company called Oak House which you can find some nice shared residences. We ended up going with a site called Sumika to find our place, as they had some pretty good options, good communication, and pricing wasn't too bad. Our apartment wasn't amazing, but had everything we needed: decent location, private space, and bathroom. We didn't want a shared residence or anything like that, and it had all the basic household appliances we needed. The price we spent on this was $1,125 or 159,000 yen, which added up to $36 a night or 5,143 yen per night. When we were looking, we saw you can go as low as 500 or upwards of 2,000. It's all up to your budget. But for us, 1,100 wasn't too bad and had everything we needed. Next section we have is food. Food is definitely a big one for most people because food is life. Food is everything. So I think food is one that can vary the most depending on your lifestyle or just how much you want to eat or how much you want to spend on here. Because we knew we were going to be here for 3 months, we decided pretty early on to have a budget. Basically what we did was having a total daily budget of around 6,000 yen, which ends up being close to 40 bucks. And that is just what we saw would sustain us for the 3 months here. Luckily in Japan, food doesn't feel that expensive. So you can actually find a lot of good options for things you like or things you want and still not break the bank. So the complete total of what we spent on food, snacks, and coffee was 176,000 yen, which converts into $1,239.03 for an average of $40 a day and 5,683 yen a day. Even though we did budget here and there, we were still able to have pretty much everything we wanted, and we still managed to be under our budget. And if you were on a tighter budget, you can probably cut costs even more. The next section on the list is transportation. Japan is known for having one of the best transportation systems, and you can pretty much get around anywhere through either the train or the bus. Within the 1 month we spent here in Tokyo, we wanted to see as much as possible. So throughout the weeks, we took mini trips all around Tokyo to see as much as we could, and we almost never took a taxi or Uber. Luckily, the train system is super convenient and easy to use, and it's also not that expensive. But if you went around as much as we did, it does add up. So our complete total cost for transportation in this 1 month was $303.63 or 43,036 yen, with a daily average of $9.79 or 1,388 yen. Just a reminder, this is a total for 2 people, so if you're traveling solo or with more people, you can do the calculations for that. Next up is outings and fun. These are just things we did to have new experiences or check out new spots or just have fun in general. Some outings we had were going to Kamakura and Enoshima, and on that same trip we stayed in Yokohama for the night. We also took a trip to Kawaguchiko to see Mount Fuji, and we stayed around there. And other than that, we went to museums, gardens, parks. Some of them cost money, and just other things like going to arcades, going bowling, hanging out with friends. But yeah, most of the fun was just checking out cool places, but these were just a few outings we had. So the complete total we spent on outings and fun was $448.63 or 63,935 yen. And this includes all the experiences themselves, but also the transportation costs on the day trips we had to places like Kamakura or Kawaguchiko. Like I said, this can vary a lot depending on how much you want to do, how much you want to see, or even how nice of a hotel you want, or what kind of experiences you want to add onto your outings, things like that. And I would say the options we chose were typically in the middle range. So nothing too cheap, but definitely not expensive.
The final section on the list is personal spendings and miscellaneous spendings. Unlike the other categories, this is just my own personal spending, not Lena's. So yeah, I didn't go too crazy on clothing. I bought, shoes, pants, maybe 1 or 2 shirts, but most of my money went towards camera equipment. I got a new lens, I got an SD card, I got a new mic, and that's pretty much it. But of course, those things are expensive, so it added up. As for miscellaneous spendings, I pretty much just got data service, which costed $26 for 20 gigabytes. For laundry, we did have a laundry machine and we were able to hang our clothing, but because it was a bit cold and rainy most days, we just walked to the laundromat, and that was about 400 yen a week, adding up to around 1600 to 2000 yen, which is around like 15 bucks, give or take. So the complete total for this section was $1,051 for personal, which is 148,969 yen, and for miscellaneous was $67, which is 9,548 yen, and the complete total for that was $1,118, which is 159,329 yen. So after that final section, that pretty much wraps up the entire spendings of our 1 month in Tokyo. So now to the grand total. First, I'm going to do the total without my personal spendings, and then I'll do it with. So the complete total for what we spent, keeping in mind that these are for 2 people combined, the total was $3,120.68, or 444,738 yen. And the total including my personal spendings was $4,234.29, or 604,068 yen. I would say our spending was just about average, as we didn't go too crazy. We kept within a budget for the most part, and we didn't get anything too extravagant, but we also didn't go as low as we could have. I just want to mention a few things you could do if you want to cut costs even more. For lodging, if you're traveling solo or don't care as much about privacy, you can always do a shared house or hostel, which can be as low as, like we saw, $250, $300 for a whole month. For food, if you're consistently having meals within your budget or not snacking as much or not going for super high quality sushi or meat, you can save a lot on that. And if you're not like us and cafes don't really interest you as much, that will definitely help you save some more. For transportation, if you choose to stay within a certain vicinity, or even if you want to stay within a certain train line and being smart with a day pass for that, that will help you save a lot too. As for personal, that's all up to you. If you have an expensive interest or hobbies or a strong desire for a bunch of clothing, then it can be higher. But if not, it can be super low and you won't have to worry as much. So if you were really on a budget, the potential lowest cost could be from $1,000 to $1,500. Of course, this doesn't include the flight. This just strictly includes living costs. And for a whole month, that's not bad. So now that pretty much wraps up the entire video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was informative. And if you plan on going to Japan for longer than just a couple week trip, hopefully this helps you figure out your budgeting and exactly how much you need to save up. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.